Greetings once again, financial tribe. Or, as I've been calling you lately, unarmed soldiers in a war against your own credit card. How's the morale holding up? Has that first Monday of the month anxiety already settled deep in your soul, just like that email from the bank titled, Negative Balance? Well, if last time we unearthed those digital plagues that drain your account faster than an Uber Eats dinner with mandatory tip, today we're going even deeper. We're descending into the very heart of the modern economic desert. That place we wander through with no compass, no canteen, but loaded with investment apps that promise to turn your $50 into millions. As long as you invite 12 friends, sell your soul, and put your kidney up as collateral. Yes, my dear digital nomads of doom, today we'll walk through this wasteland filled with false financial prophets, shiny apps with names like Get Rich Now or Alpha Wolf Investor, and courses that promise to teach you the secrets of wealth, for just 3 easy payments of $297, because $300 would make you suspicious. We've all been there. You're scrolling late at night, cortisol high, wallet low, and suddenly, this app made me $10,000 in 2 weeks while I slept. I quit my 9 to 5 thanks to crypto. Now I teach people like you how to escape the rat race. This one weird trick made me financially free. Spoiler alert, the weird trick is convincing you to pay for their course. But don't worry, we're not here to judge. We've all downloaded at least one of those apps thinking, well, maybe this one's different. Maybe this is the divine revelation I've been waiting for. And what happens? You link your bank account, your PayPal, your hopes, dreams, and dignity. And 3 days later, the app is gone from the App Store, the financial guru is off to Dubai, and your $50? Vanished like your faith in humanity. But let's not lose hope just yet, my economically scorched pilgrims. Because every desert has its mirages, yes, but also its oases. And in this financial wilderness, the first true miracle is this, learning to doubt. Yes, doubt is the new faith. Because if a guy in a limbo tells you, I made this fortune in 6 months with my phone and mindset, you should ask yourself, why is he spending his Tuesday trying to sell me a course instead of enjoying his supposed passive income in Bali? That's the red flag of the digital era. If they scream, I'm not a scam, guess what? They're definitely a scam. It's like when someone says, I'm not like other guys, while trying to sell you Dogecoin and a dream. Run. Run like your last $20 depends on it, because it does. And don't even get me started on those experts who upload TikToks while flexing their Rolexes and saying, bro, the bank doesn't want you to know this trick, but if you open 5 credit cards and refinance your cousin's scooter loan, you can live off debt for the rest of your life. Really? That sounds less like financial advice and more like a deleted scene from The Wolf of Wall Street, the TikTok Chronicles. These digital prophets of abundance always have a product to sell you. And spoiler alert, the product is you. Your attention. Your time. Your desperation, converted into clicks, affiliate links, and overpriced ebooks with titles like Awaken the Millionaire Within, a 3-step plan that totally isn't a pyramid scheme. And what's worse, some fall for it. They install apps that promise to round up your purchases and invest the difference, while charging more in hidden fees than the actual rounding. They follow Instagram influencers who wake up at 4 a.m., take a cold shower with Himalayan ice, do yoga in front of their crypto altar, and by 7 a.m., they're already making $10,000 a day flipping digital alpacas. You try it for a week, and all you get is a cold, stiff neck and a drop in serotonin. Because that's the trap. They sell you the illusion of control in a system that feeds on your confusion. And while you're there, calculating whether to cut Netflix or sell your childhood collection of Pokemon cards to pay the electricity bill, there's someone on Wall Street popping champagne every time a new fintech app gets downloaded. And they tell you, if you're broke, it's because you don't work hard enough. No, my friend. You're not broke because you lack effort. You're broke because the game is rigged, and the rules change every time you start to understand them. It's like playing Monopoly, but every time it's your turn, someone adds new properties, prints more money, and moves the go-to-jail square under your piece. Meanwhile, you keep downloading more apps, attending more webinars, and watching more 3-minute reels where a guy with a rented Lamborghini explains how to escape the matrix while selling you an online course for $997. You're not failing. You're in a system designed to make you feel like you are. And every time you blame yourself, they win. And now, in the middle of all this chaos, they tell you that the key is to diversify. But what they don't tell you is that diversification with $12.47 in your account is just a fancy way of saying, put a little in crypto, a little in stocks, and the rest in God's hands. So you end up being a part-time barista, a full-time content creator, an amateur trader, a crypto enthusiast, a dropshipping novice, a life coach for cats, and still, your bank account looks like a horror movie directed by your landlord. You don't want millions. You want peace. You want to be able to breathe without doing mental math every time you pay for groceries. You don't want millions. You want peace. You want to be able to breathe without doing mental math every time you pay for groceries. But then comes that TikTok guru with bleached teeth and a rented Lamborghini saying, if you're broke, it's your fault. Money is energy. Think rich and you'll become rich. And you, sitting there with your phone at 4% battery and a bag of ramen in your lap, start thinking, maybe I am the problem. Maybe if I manifest harder. So you close your eyes, breathe deeply, visualize abundance, and the only thing that materializes is another bank notification. Insufficient funds. You open the notification hoping it's a mistake. Maybe your aunt finally sent that little help she promised back in 2019? But no. It's the subscription you forgot to cancel. That meditation app that only gave you more anxiety. $14.99 a month so you can hear a Brit say, breathe in calm, breathe out stress. While your wallet hyperventilates. And if that weren't enough, the modern economic desert has prophets too. But they don't wear robes or sandals. They wear polos with the name of their startup, slick hair, and a script learned from a dropshipping webinar. They promise salvation. Financial freedom in 30 days. Quit your job and make $10,000 a week while you sleep. All for the low price of a masterclass. Taught by a 19-year-old who rented a Lamborghini for the thumbnail. And in this desert, the burning bush isn't a miracle from the heavens. It's a pop-up ad promising the secret they don't want you to know. You click it with hope in your eyes. And suddenly you're trapped in a 45-minute funnel that ends in a $997 course to teach you how to make another funnel. Meanwhile, the true miracles, the loaves and fishes of today, are when you make it to the end of the month without transferring money from your savings, or when you find a 2-for-1 deal on rice at the supermarket, and it feels like divine intervention. And just like Moses struck the rock for water, you strike your debit card at the store and pray the machine doesn't beep back with the sound of divine rejection. Transaction declined. But do not fear, financial tribe. For every desert has its mirage, and every mirage its influencer. There they are, shining like golden calves on Instagram, telling you that abundance is a mindset, while sipping coconut water on a rented yacht they can't pronounce. They preach with fervor. You just need to vibrate higher. As if your credit score were a chakra, and not the result of 5 years of late payments and emotional purchases at 3 a.m. These prophets of prosperity, with their affiliate links and discount codes for financial freedom, promise the promised land. But what they really lead you to is a course of $997 with limited spots that somehow are never quite filled. And you, humble follower, still trying to multiply your loaves and fishes on a salary that barely covers your Netflix and rent. Ask yourself, where is my miracle? And you, humble follower, still trying to multiply your loaves and fishes on a salary that barely covers your Netflix and rent. Ask yourself, where is my miracle? And behold, the algorithm heard your cry. And lo, it did not send a burning bush, but an ad on Instagram at 2:37 a.m. Earn $10,000 a week working from home. No experience needed, just hustle. And like Moses with a Wi-Fi connection, you clicked, hoping to split the Red Sea of debt, and walk barefoot into the promised TikTok side hustle. But the promised land was gated behind a monthly subscription, a mentorship program, and 3 Zoom calls where a man in Miami sunglasses told you to manifest abundance while flexing a rented Lamborghini. And you believed. Oh yes, you believed harder than a crypto bro at a blockchain seminar. You tried drop shipping. You tried selling digital courses about how to sell digital courses. You even tried buying NFTs of pixelated goats with laser eyes. And yet, your bank account still speaks in tongues. Overdrawn, pending, declined. And now, dear financial tribe, you find yourself in the wilderness again, surrounded not by scorpions or serpents, but by influencers selling dreams on TikTok, and gurus offering salvation in exchange for your last 3 digits on the back of your card. And you ask yourself, is there a way out? Is there a path that doesn't involve sacrificing your peace of mind on the altar of passive income and algorithmic deception? Well, maybe. But it's not sexy. It doesn't come with fireworks. And it certainly doesn't have a referral code. It's called discipline, patience, and a budget. Yes, that boring, soul-crushing word, budget. Discipline is the foundation of all lasting wealth. And patience, well, that's the uncomfortable virtue that most of us abandon at the first sight of a get-rich-quick ad. You see, the path to true financial freedom isn't paved with flashy cars, golden watches, or promises of instantaneous success. It's built with slow, deliberate, consistent effort. First, spend less than you earn. Sounds simple, right? But you know what they say. The simplest things are often the hardest to do. Tracking your expenses isn't just some accountant's job. It's your job. If you're not aware of where every dollar is going, well, then it's no surprise when it's gone. Take control. Second, save and invest consistently. Don't wait for the perfect moment to start investing. There's no secret best time to start. The best time was yesterday. And the second best time is now. Start small. Use what you have. And keep going. Third, avoid bad debt like the plague. If your debt isn't helping you build wealth, like an investment property, or a business that's generating income, it's eating away at your financial future. Credit card debt, car loans, all those buy now, pay later schemes, they're the trap that keeps you stuck in a cycle of chasing the next paycheck. Fourth, define your version of success. Stop comparing yourself to others. Seriously, do it. Instagram isn't real life. What does wealth look like for you? Is it time with family? Traveling the world? Not worrying about bills? Being able to retire with peace of mind? Generosity? Set your goals, your values, and align your spending with that. The true wealth lies in living a life that matches your values, not what everyone else is flashing in their posts. And fifth, educate yourself financially. Knowledge is your best weapon against the illusions and the charlatans. There's plenty of free or inexpensive quality content out there. Books like The Richest Man in Babylon, Think and Grow Rich, and The Millionaire Mindset will give you insights that will last a lifetime. There are also reputable finance blogs, podcasts, and YouTube channels that you can follow to keep improving. Investing time in learning is the best investment you'll ever make. Remember the biblical parable. The one who built their house on rock weathered the storm, while the one who built on sand, well, they ended up covered in sand. Financial illusions are pure sand. The foundations, budgeting, saving, investing, avoiding bad debt, defining success on your terms, are the rock. Where you build matters. Choose wisely. And now, the confession booth is open. Let's have a moment of brutal honesty. Which of these 7 financial mirages calls to you the most? Have you fallen into the trap of any or several? Let us know in the comments. No shame. We're all financial sinners trying to redeem ourselves. Share your experiences. Let's learn together. If this reality check has helped you in any way, if you're ready to stop chasing ghosts and start building on rock, hit that like button. Let's show the world we're waking up. And if you want to keep getting more financial reality slaps with a touch of black humor and ancient wisdom, sometimes misinterpreted, of course, make sure you're subscribed and hit that bell to be notified of the next financial exorcism. That's all for today, brave pilgrims of the capitalist desert. Remember, stop searching for the easy oasis. Start digging your own well, little by little, with the right tools. The journey's tougher, yes, but the water you'll find will be real and lasting. May your finances stop being an illusion and become a true source of freedom. Shalom, and may financial wisdom and a good budget accompany you.
Ciao.